Welcome back, traders. Today we'd like to talk about CleanSpark for one, but also a little bit about the Bitcoin action of the last few months. In order to get this information here, I actually had to go back to one of my older videos because Currency Rush has been shut down as a website currently. At least it's not showing up when I try to go to it anymore. It's giving me a 505 error, so I don't really know what's up with that. But they compiled this information in a nice, easy to read way where I can get like averages and stuff without having to put it into my own spreadsheet, and I like that. So I'm bringing this up to take a look at it. So anyways, for the month of October, the average return was 22.99% since 2013, and for November, it's 46.39% on average since 2013. And for December, which is the month we are now in, it's only about 5% is the average return. So let's have a look, see how that compares to what happened in the last few months. So we've got the Bitcoin line chart up here, and we're going to go to October 1st to October 31st, and that didn't do it. There we go, October 31st, and that was a 23.9% increase, which is kind of just right in line with what we were expecting. And then the 1 month, in November we had 8%, which was a lot less than 46%, but still green. We're up over 30% from the last 60 days, and we're expecting another green month going into December. Hopefully it's 5% or greater. That would be fantastic, and a continuation up, which would line up nicely with our expectations that Bitcoin will hit something like 42,000 or so. Let's see all that war news. Anyways, Bitcoin. I don't want to go on hourly. I want to go on daily. I know I got a view app in here from some other charts. Let me get rid of that. Yeah. So kind of what I'm expecting is, and I need to extend this a little bit. You know, I'm expecting it, yeah, to get around this 40,000, maybe 42, wick up into the 42,000 and come back down for a while. And a part of why I think that's going to happen is, let me get rid of some of these indicators so I can bring up some new ones. Part of that is because if we bring up the Gaussian channel and we go to the 3-day, it's loading, go to the 3-day, we're way above it. And we usually will go way above it and then come back and touch it and then take off after the halving and take off, something like that. So we are expecting to come back to touch this. I'm thinking we'll probably come back and meet with this Gaussian channel on the 3-day, probably, I don't know, maybe somewhere around like 33,000 or so in a few weeks or a month or two from now, somewhere around here in that space, like 30 to 33,000. That's what my expectations are. But CleanSpark. So CleanSpark, as we all know, dropped dramatically in after hours yesterday off of their earnings. They have since gained all of that back, all of it, which has been nice. I bought in pre-market this morning around 582. I didn't buy a lot. I wish I had bought more because wow, did it rocket off of that. There's this little Bollinger Band squeeze here and then just popped up right off. That was really nice. Let's see here, turn off the KC. That was really nice. I'm pretty happy about that. I did also sell some puts at $5. I wish I could have sold a $6 put, but they only had 5 and 7. But I'm not going to sell a $7 put until it's slightly over $7. Maybe I could sell a $7 put, but I don't know. I still expect this move to retrace maybe back down to this channel down here. That's my expectations. Or at the very least, come back and tap the top of it. That's what my expectations are currently for CleanSpark. But let's get a wider view here. Let's turn the after hours off. Where do we think CleanSpark is going to go? Yeah, that big, huge bullish bar right there is going to probably retrace back to half at least, maybe back to the 20-hour EMA there. Cancel, I'm not leaving. All right. CleanSpark's been in this kind of move for a long time. Let's see here. What is going on with CleanSpark? So it kind of front ran the other miners here, and it has been in a downward channel, which it has recently, as we can see from here, has recently broken right about there. Went up. Another thing I'm seeing at play here, Now that I'm zoomed out to a higher time frame, is an RSI divergence right here. So we've got a higher high and a lower RSI. So now what I would want to do is draw a line here, about right here, draw a trend line here, touch a couple of different bottoms. Boom. Somewhere like that. So now I'm going to draw this as a dashed line to indicate it's not just a trend line. And when price gets below this line, it's really going to fall, probably back down to this, into this box down here after that, because the RSI divergence, especially when RSI has been overbought, is pretty dramatic if it happens. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. Price goes under this line here. So basically back to the center line. If it doesn't bounce at the center line of this channel here, I'm going to expect a much, much further move down, maybe even to $5, possibly lower. So that's what I'm looking at with CleanSpark, because this is just so strong. Let's bring up the RSI. This is an RSI divergence. It's much higher here at 89, where the price was lower at 676. Price is now at almost just under $7, and RSI is lower around 78. So keep an eye out on that line there. That's going to indicate a big drop when it crosses back beneath it. So that's something to watch out for CleanSpark. But when it does that, I am looking at buying CleanSpark. I'm looking at collecting it. I am thinking about starting my position in CleanSpark now. I've got my BET, I've got my BitF, I've got my Marathon Digital, my Mara, and I am now looking at CleanSpark as my fourth miner to pick up here, but the price needs to be right, and currently the price is not right. It was this morning before market open, but it is currently not the right price as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, these bars are just so green. It went all the way down to almost 20 and then just rocketed up. It's already on the smaller time frames back up to almost 70. Yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna have to drop off a bit, come back at least down here, maybe tap this line. I'll be very interested to see how it interacts with this line when it gets there. But that's the update for today. CleanSpark had kind of terrible earnings, but they mentioned that they would be investing in expanding their hash rate as well as some other investments that they're going to be doing. And that part was positive, which is why we got that rebound this morning. Also, you can see that knee-jerk reaction from the uh, earnings, followed by just the absolute rush to buy the dip. So that was actually really encouraging. So the next time we see a really big dip, I expect it to have a similar kind of rebound probably. But that's going to be it for today. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a problem.